ninja is such an unforgiving sport. You know, you could be a centimetre or an inch off an obstacle and your run could be over. But we all have that same mutual understanding of that, so we support one another. We're on the sideline cheering on our competitor. Like, in what other sport does that happen? So, as much as it is an individual sport, you're there with your friends, your competitors, your country, your teammates, and the crowd, families, everyone gets around the sport. It's unlike anything else I've experienced in my entire life.
We are in the Orlando Orange County Convention Center for the UNAA World Championships. And you could pretty much base it on the show. When people go, "Where are you going?" "I'm going to Orlando." "For what?" "Well, it's a big ninja championship." So a lot of them think it's martial arts. Obviously it's not martial arts, but it's obstacle. So UNAA World Championships, the Ultimate Ninja Athlete Association. It's a ninja organization, a ninja league, and we do qualifiers all throughout the world. We have 12 countries this year, and each gym in different parts of the world, we have over 200 gyms that hold qualifiers, and those qualifiers qualify down to, well, this year we had just about 1,500 athletes at the actual UNAA World Series Championships. There are 16 classes. So we have from 6-year-olds all the way up to 40 plus, which we have some people in the 60-year-old category. So all levels of ages and skill levels, but it is the best of the best that are here from all over the world. And almost every pro this year is under 18. So the teens have taken over, and all the older pros they're having a hard time beating these younger kids because they've grown up with it. After 8 years, these are kids from 8 years ago started in it, and now 8 years later they've been training 3 days a week at it, and they're just phenomenal.
I would say what really in ninja, what sets apart good athletes and great athletes is definitely your mindset. A lot of ninjas have a lot of trouble with their mindset, and that's what keeps them as just a good ninja and not a great ninja. And they can become great ninjas, absolutely, but it's all about getting out of it. First I say, have you ever seen American Ninja Warrior, like the TV show? And if they haven't, I explain, it's obstacle course racing, and it's a lot of different sports combined usually. Lots of, there's gymnastics, there's parkour, there's OCR, all that type of stuff just kind of combined into one cool sport. If I were to pick, if I were to be able to create my own ninja athlete, I would definitely pick strong upper body, strong hands and fingers. Shorter because a lot of obstacles are low to the ground and you don't want to hit your feet. Strong legs as well. You have to, do big jumps. You have to run fast. Strong mentally is really helpful in ninja because things can get in your head so easily. How do I process failure? Is I don't really call it failure. These are all performances. Sure, I'm competing against other people, but it's my own fault if I mess up, and it's just opportunity to be better. When you start doubting yourself and stuff, it can be really hard to get out of that space mentally, at least for me during competition, which thankfully I don't let that happen very often, but when it does, it can really mess up your run. But before I run, I just really try to think, just do it how you would normally in training and have fun. That's all that matters.
I tell myself I do ninja because it's fun. I'm excited to hear cheering, especially my dad. He always screams in the crowd.
Go, Susie!
And no matter what happens, it only matters if I do my best.
I'm so proud of you. was amazing! Wow!
I would describe it as a sport where people get along and you can test your abilities. I know I did my best when I have this feeling inside me and it tells me you did good.
I mean, I'd say it's just about 50-50 split between mental and physical. You get on an obstacle and you start doubting yourself, or you start thinking about how hard it is, or even start thinking about the obstacle ahead of it. You have to stay focused on the obstacle. So just between that and needing the strength to do it, it's about 50-50. The reward to doing all of this, for me, is a big learning experience. I mean, the bigger you compete, the better you can compete. And there's always going to be leagues that come up, or even the show for American Ninja Warrior, that you will want to compete on. So just competing at higher and higher levels can be the reward on its own. I mean, if you're competing for cash prize, for bragging rights is always a good one. One of the most fun parts about it is having friends to experience it with, the failures and the successes.
I guess the warning that I would give somebody if they were wanting to get into ninja, it is very addictive, highly addictive. It's just a great community. Once you get in, you're in for life. You're not going to be able to get out of it. Even though it's an individual sport, everyone bands together and it is just like one giant team. The amazing things about ninja, being able to travel to different competitions, different cities, different countries, even internationally, is that you do get to link up with those people that you've seen at all of these different competitions over the years. You get to see the growth and development in certain kids, athletes. This competition here, it's been a year since I've seen a lot of these teenagers that I competed against last year, who are now all so much bigger and better than I am. As I get older, seeing this new generation come in, it's quite amazing. You hear it a lot. People are always, or athletes are always saying, I can't do that, I can't do this, it's too big, it's too far. The common response is, you know what, it takes a lot of failure before you can reach that success. About the goals that you want to set, and you actually have to be realistic about those goals too. It's quite common that someone will come in fairly new to ninja and they'll want to do all of the really big cool stuff, but if you set a goal that big for a beginner, it's gonna be pretty devastating when you're not really getting there right away. So setting small goals, reaching those goals, and then just setting the next step up and just continuing to push through those. Ninja is everything. It's not just physical, emotional, spiritual, intellectual. It's a combination of everything. What I get out of ninja isn't just going to benefit me in ninja. It benefits me in my family life, my personal life, my business life, and I think it's just a really good blend of everything.
When I run the course, I try to think obstacle by obstacle, but there's always that new scary obstacle in the course that your mind wants to think about, which is later on, which that just means you'll mess up on something earlier, so you really got to think obstacle by obstacle. You take lessons from the pain, you're always learning something, so if you have a bad fall, that's what you learn from, and you'll do it again next time. The mental pain is definitely probably the biggest part in ninja. It keeps evolving, so you got to try to evolve with it. But there'll always be a new obstacle in a competition that you weren't ready for. So I just learned that, build it at my gym, practice it a bunch, and hopefully I won't make that mistake again. And ninja's cool because you can take that confidence and apply it anywhere. If you do these scary, hard obstacles, you can do anything in life.
Numbers 15 to 20 should be actually don't think there is such a word as failure. There is only learnings. If you attempt an obstacle, you already won, and like we say, you beat 80% of the people that are sitting at home on a couch. So it means, and what it is, and isn't a failure, you'll be like, oh, I should have used my left hand that time. Or like for me on the wing nuts, I should have jumped on the right side of the trampoline, not the left. So yeah, there's only learnings. There is never ever I can't. We say we train to be a ninja, not a whinger. And look, it's all, I'm like, how can you? So there's always a reverse question. And they will sit there and like, I'm not going to tell you, I want you to tell me how can you. So it might be that they build a box higher or a ring closer. Or like we always say, start with one ring and just dead hang first and improve your hang time. So just dumb it down until you can.
We're selecting our perfect ninja character. I would definitely put grip strength is becoming extremely important these days. Fast feet, so agility. We're looking for big cliches, so that full body movement and that understanding and that awareness of where your body is in mid-air. And then I would definitely say some upper body power, so that pull strength to pop from one obstacle to the next. I think when it comes to ninja, it connects us. Like for us older ninjas, it connects us to that 8-year-old child who was playing on the playground as a kid. I know that's what it was like for me. And so you see these kids growing up with it. It's obviously been on the TV, they've been inspired. They're now moving and enjoying those same movements that we do, just to a much bigger scale. And with such weird, creative, and incredibly difficult obstacles now. I mean, you fly, 32 hours for a 4-minute run out on that course, but it's so much more than the seconds and the minutes you get on there. Like, when you walk into the arena, you see the magnitude that this sport has grown from, you know. I really believe the appeal of ninja is the challenge aspect. You know, when we try an obstacle, we don't necessarily get it for the first time, but we keep working on it. We add strength, we add mobility, we add all these extra skills that enables us to make these movements and get these obstacles. And I also think it applies to everything outside the sport. You know, we all go through a bit of a roller coaster and a journey that we call life, and if we can see those challenges not as impossible, but just as a challenge that we can overcome through hard work, perseverance, and never giving up.
Our sport seems to be a much more fun sport than regimented. Learning to be more confident in myself helps me teach my athletes how to be more confident in themselves. Them seeing me confident also helps them take a leap of faith when I have confidence in them. In our gym, we're really big on positive mindset, and really good spotting makes them feel comfortable. If someone's scared to do something, I'll give them progressions so that they can build up to it and slowly overcome the fear without scaring themselves. There's no ceiling for ninja. If you keep putting in the work, I feel like you can always raise your ceiling and elevate your skills as long as you're positive, believe in yourself, and keep practicing and trying.
competition.
Usually how I do with pressure is I just kind of look at the course, I just take it all in. I enjoy it that I'm here, and I'm happy that I've trained hard for this moment, and I just want to go out there and have fun. So I take a couple deep breaths, relax, and then get on the course. Ninja is like baseball because you work to win and you train hard and you want to have fun and do your best and try to win. Ninja is also not like baseball because in baseball you work as a team, and if you mess up one play, you have another play to make up for it. As a ninja, you're all by yourself, and it's a very unforgiving sport, so if you fail, that's it. You don't get another play to try to make it up. Some of the things that I like about ninja is that you have one shot, and there's a lot of pressure on you, and you have to execute in that one shot, and it just makes you better at executing things in like one chance of getting better. So like the best of the best can destroy the best.
You do the best of the best?
Oh yeah, I'm the best of the best.
And do what you do. This is the sport that you do. This is what you do because you love it. You do it for a reason, and that's it. And you're damn good at it. You're just as good as the rest of them, and you deserve to be good. What'd they say?
One of the coolest things in this sport is the coaches in this sport. And I know a lot of coaches in this sport, and it's such a great community of coaches. And when I'm running the course myself as an athlete, having a coach next to me is so amazing. That's one of the coolest things about this sport.
Make sure you plan those steps out ahead of time. Make sure you know what we're doing.
I think that's one thing that's so special about this sport is the coaches in it and just getting to walk alongside the athletes next to the course. So such a joy for me to see them out there running and doing what they're so passionate about. The best advice I've gotten from my coaches is just being encouraged. I think one of the biggest things is encouraging the athletes, like cheering them on, and my coaches just be like, Grant, you've got this, man. And sometimes when you're on the obstacle and you're like, your body's telling you you're done for it, just your coach being like, come on, you have got this, and just knowing, giving me that extra oomph to try to get the next move. And just for me, every time when I'm running a course, I'll hear the coach on the sideline, like Elijah the other day, or any of my Josh or Daniel. When Daniel's coaching me, Daniel will be like, come on, Grant, you have got this, Grant. And I'll be like, he's right.
You got out there, you felt an obstacle, okay, cool. You know what it feels like now. You know what you need to train for. You know the roadmap ahead and what you got to do to get to that next step. So failure, again, with experience over time, I've learned that I can't beat myself up, because if that's what I do, then each time I'm not going to want to come back. There's a wall. There's always a wall. And the way I explain it to my students is basically treat that wall like an obstacle, right? Find a way over it, under it, around it, whatever you got to do. You just got to find a way to overcome that obstacle. Get out there. It doesn't matter how well you did. You're in the world stage. You're in a world competition. You still are doing better than most people. And sometimes just getting out there is that first step. Willpower is to me, it's key. Probably the number one quality I would say you need as a ninja.
Think you're a legend?
Yes.
What makes a good ninja athletics legend?
I think a legend is someone who trains hard whenever they can and competes like a legend. I think a good ninja athlete is someone who trains hard and works for what they're hoping to accomplish. I'm hoping to be a pro athlete at Ninja, competing in the pro events and maybe on American Ninja Warrior. Ninja is such a great sport. How fun it is. You can hang out with all your friends, and you can just get stronger by having fun. The fun part is it's like if you're playing a video game and you complete a new level. It's like doing a new ninja obstacle.
Well, just the ability to be in control of your body and just be moving and flying through the air. It just brings that thrill or that adrenaline, I guess. The sport just seems so fun due to that adrenaline and thrill that comes from it. And sometimes I'll watch videos going back and think that I did pretty good there, but other times obviously there are times where I can critique myself and then I can grow from that. One of the things for Ninja is you'll never really be competing in dead silence. There's always someone out there cheering for you. I feel like that's really helpful in getting past that failure aspect of it and moving forward. You need your mind to be about equally as strong as your body is. So as long as your mind is there, it can back up what your body wants to do and vice versa. Good and great ninja athletes. Definitely great athletes have more of a consistency to them. They have more just always being there and always showing up no matter how they're feeling or how their mental preparation is that day.
Back in 6 years ago, our goal was to get kids into it, to make it an official sport, and one day hopefully have it in the Olympic Games. And now you see the kids, they're there, the team, they're better than the pros now.
Better watch how we go down. I ain't ready to slow down. Better watch how we go down. They ain't ready for the. It's the moment I've been waiting for. The hard work is paying off. Yeah, pay the price at the greatest cost. Time for the showdown, we take it all. It's the moment I've been waiting for. Yeah, the hard work is paying off. That's right, pay the price at the greatest cost. Time for the showdown, we take it all.